I'm excited for your big debut coming up, obviously, this weekend in the UK, BKFC Fight Night Newcastle. Now, I kind of talked about it, and I think people know this some. For those of you that don't, you spent years in WWE, but before that, that's the key. You had a pretty serious combat sports background. I mean, Bellator, I think you were one of the youngest at the time, maybe in Bellator, maybe ever. I think you're like 19, I think. Am I right saying that?
Yeah, I was the youngest heavyweight on the roster at the time, yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. So why did it feel like the right time now to return to fighting? I mean, you leave WWE. I don't know if that was by choice or I don't know what happened there. But then you come here and you decide to come here. Why? Why did you decide to do that?
You know, I've had an impressive career in WWE.
Yeah.
And we held the championship at Raw, held the championship at NXT, won the Dusty Rhodes World Cup Classic. And we achieved almost everything that was to achieve as a tag team. And obviously some things happened backstage, which led to an earlier termination of the contract. And I'm a fighter, you know, at heart. I always kept training, and I don't know anything else. So the reason was I just want to fight again. And there's no better place to do it than with a relatively new company like Bare Knuckle and BKFC. And I believe in this company. You know, I think it can be bigger than UFC. And it's already growing faster than the UFC did in the early years. So I want to do the most extreme thing possible, and I think Bare Knuckle is the perfect fit for me.
I agree. I'm excited to see what you're going to do here. A weird question, but I know from your professional fighting background, and then I guess somehow you get into WWE, they find you, and that's the highest level of professional wrestling for those of you that don't follow it. Was it hard for you to go from a fighter that's landing hard shots, trying to take people out, to trying to pull the punch a little bit, and now going back to hitting hard again? I know you're a fighter at heart, but was that a hard transition to go from fighting to that and now back to it?
No, the transition wasn't too hard, you know. Obviously in WWE, sometimes, you know, you pull a little bit too late and you hit someone. But they're all tough guys, so they can handle it. And so am I. So I got punched, you know, a lot of times in WWE as well. And now getting back to it, you know, it's not hard. It's in my DNA, you know, fighting is in my DNA. It's all I know. And I can't wait to put my fist in Dan Curtin's face.
I can't wait to see it. I was figuring the thing that I would think would be hard to transition from like a Bellator or heavyweight fighting to professional wrestling would be certain things like theatrically, to rock back more when you do the punches. Because, you know, real fighting, you want to try to not rock back as much. So that's interesting to me that you were able to kind of identify that, get through it. But you say you were born for this shit. It was in your DNA, right? So being in your DNA, I think that what were you, like 15 or younger when you started?
Yeah, I was 15 when I started fighting MMA.
Wow.
And I think 17 professionally. Yeah.
Wow.
I was signed by Golden Glory at the time through Alice Rovering. I was a sparring partner for him.
I want to talk about Golden Glory in a minute. There's some interesting stuff because that's a very, very serious, like one of the badass clubs out there. So we'll talk about that in a minute too. But when you left WWE, you mentioned in an interview I saw Shane. I've met Shane. And you sat down with Shane to talk about life after WWE. It sounds like it ultimately convinced you that Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship was the right move because, like you said, you're an extreme dude. It's extreme fighting. It's the best thing you can do. Was there any reverse gear at all where you're like, I don't know if I want to get into Bare Knuckle? Like, be honest with me. Was there any trepidation for a moment?
No.
Wow. Then
you know, I've been always hit with MMA gloves. You know, at Golden Glory we used to spar with MMA gloves. And not those extra padding MMA gloves, 4-ounce gloves.
Yeah, I was talking to the guys about that before we had you on. I was telling them 4-ounce gloves, that's what I was going to get to, Golden Glory. And you guys are knocking people out and sparring. Like, this is on a consistent basis. So you're in there essentially doing bare knuckle. It's not that much different. You guys are going hard. Is that fair to say? Is that correct?
Yes. Wow. Yes, yeah. We had every training, we had some sparring, but 2 days a week, Tuesday and Thursdays, it was meet days, so intensive sparring and, you know, heavyweights going at it. And that was the only way to get comfortable in a fight, you know, not to get nervous, not to get jittery for a fight. So that's all we did.
Wow. And yeah, that's great. That's a great foundation. Essentially, I mean, that with kickboxing, MMA, all that to come here. I mean, we see MMA guys do well here, but you have kickboxing, you know everything. So you're very well-rounded. But when you're 15 years old and you get into MMA, as you said, and I believe kickboxing a little bit after that, why? Well, you said it's in your DNA, but what drew you to that? Was that a father figure? Was it someone that said, you should be doing this? What made that click in your mind?
What, to get into fighting?
Yeah, just when you first started, 15, so you just walked into a gym one day. Were you having some troubles as a kid? Why? Why did you decide to go in there?
Well, I started fighting matches at 15.
Oh, you were fighting?
I started fighting matches locally at 15, kickboxing and MMA. Uh-huh. And before that, I started at the age of 4 with judo. Oof. And at 12 years old, I started kickboxing. And then at 14, I started combining it. And at 15, I was starting fighting.
Wow. I thought
it was just from home, Wow. My brother was an MMA fighter. He's 3 years older than me. So he dragged me in the gym. And my dad was a boxer. So it's in the family,
Yeah. So people you essentially looked up to, they're the ones that kind of brought you into that. I love it. You're right. It is in your DNA 100%. Yes. So another thing I heard you say one time was that your AOP, Authors of Pain character, gimmick in WWE, it wasn't really a gimmick at all. It was just kind of who you are. What does that real attitude kind of look like, and how does the switch flip? Where does it come from? Where does that switch flip? You seem very nice, very calm right now, but you're someone else, as you said, even with the Authors of Pain when you're walking to the ring. When does that switch usually flip? How does it flip? Can people around you tell it flips?
No, it's fucking flip right now.
Oh, well, you seem nice.
I'm fucking ready to fucking kill this guy Saturday. He's really fucked. So, excuse me for my language, but, this guy's not going to make it past the first round. I don't care what he thinks, what he says, what he's done, but he's going to get it this Saturday.
So aggression, intensity, something that you're no stranger for. And it sounds like you think that's going to translate like perfectly into bare knuckle from everything else you've done. Now, this guy's going to get it. What do you know about your opponent? Are you a guy that studies up your opponents, or you don't even care? Whoever's in front of you is going to go down.
I don't care. I got my trainers to do that, and they've studied him probably, but they put in a plan for me, for this guy. And it's just pure brutal aggression, just coming forward and getting rid of this guy. He's just an obstacle on my path to the championship here at BKFC.
So you're laying claim before you even make your debut. You're saying this. You're saying that I'm going to be the heavyweight champion in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. That's what you're saying right now before you even made your debut.
100%. Otherwise, I wouldn't have signed the contract.
I love the confidence. Some guys are just doing it for a payday. Some guys doing it for legacy. It seems like you got the whole ball of wax here, and it seems like you're not going to be denied.
I've been already paid, and I've already created a legacy for myself with WWE and fighting before that. And right now, it's just all about making my name here at BKFC. And I believe in this company. I believe that this company is going to outgrow the UFC and become extremely big globally. And this is the perfect timing for me to jump in and, run through the heavyweight division.
So when you did jump in, and I agree with that statement, I'm excited to see what you're going to do here. But when you jumped in, Conor McGregor, one of our bosses, he played a big role in bringing you here. We saw the videos, we saw it on Instagram, and he invited you to a fight to talk to you. What were your conversations like before you signed, before you came in with Conor McGregor? What did you see in Conor? You're talking about how the company is advancing, but with Conor here, that helps as well. Just talk about those conversations, and how did you feel talking to Conor before you signed?
He's someone who really believes in his organization, and he knows that a strong heavyweight division is important, and he really believes in me as well. He knows what I've done in the MMA world, and he knows that I'm a real fighter, not just all talk. And he believes in the company, and I believe in the company too, especially after being there live. It's completely different than just seeing it on YouTube or on TV, You really got to witness it live once and hear the knuckles smash on somebody's skull, smash on somebody's jaw. And I think that's the real difference. Once you witness it live, you know how crazy it really is. And it just excites me, the bare fists in someone's face, trying to break every fucking bone in someone's face. It's amazing.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at your bloodlust, your bones to domes, things that you're looking for. This is what we need in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And I love the fact that you're not just sitting there going, well, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to work hard and I've trained for this. You're going to go out to smash somebody's face. That's why you're going to go directly to the top at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship if you keep that attitude and you keep putting those types of shows on. After you get through Dan, I don't want to look past him, but you say you're going to smash him. First of all, let's go with this. Prediction. What's your prediction for Dan this weekend in your fight? How will it
First round knockout.
First round knockout. You're sticking with that. Okay.
Yeah. If he's not going to get knocked out, he's going to quit.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to that. But after that, now, once you beat him, now you're on the path here. You've signed a multi-fight contract with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. What are you looking for next? You trying to climb the heavyweight division? I know you want the title, but do big fights like I've heard you say massive potential like Eddie Hall, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley. Are you just looking for super fights and a title? What are you looking for first? You looking to get the title and then have the super fights?
I mean, whatever makes sense, whatever makes the most noise, I'm here to help the company grow as well. I'm not here just for myself. I believe in this company and I want to be a part of it. And whatever my management and David Feldman, Connor agree upon, I'll do. I'm just here to train and knock people out. I don't really give a fuck about all that, calling guys out, thinking who I'm going to fight next. And, if it's somebody from the WWE, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, I've heard him having talks with BKFC. I don't care, I'll run through them all. It's completely different game, bare knuckle. It's not just your technique and everything. You got to have the mindset. You got to have the balls to get in there and really hit people, A lot of people are scared once they connect with a fist in somebody's face. I don't give a damn, Even if I have to completely get rid of somebody,
Yep.
I'll do it. So I don't care. And any super fight or whatever makes the most sense. Eventually, my goal is to get that goal there in BKFC, and that's for me the most important. Whatever happens on the way there, whoever I'm facing, anybody can get it. That's up to my management and the owners.
In the chat, because we have a live chat that watches, they're all talking about how you're a generational badass, Mr. Shaggy, saying lifelong fighter. They're all pretty much just saying, get that bonus. Somebody said for the knockout. Everybody here is commenting about how they can't wait to watch you and watch you destroy whoever's in front of you. Now, how do you feel about our current world champion, Andrei Arlovsky? If you fought him tomorrow, what would happen?
If I would fight him tomorrow, I would knock him out. I'm not scared of anybody. I don't care what they've achieved in their lives, Obviously, all the respect, he's the champion, and he's had an amazing career. But he has a chin like everybody else. And if my fist connects on someone's chin, bare knuckle, it's done. My coaches have trained me for the past 6 months. My punching power has increased even more than it was already. And I've just have the best team around me, the best management and the best coaches. And for somebody that's right now 270 pounds, I punch hard, man. Once I connect, it's done. I don't care who it is.
I saw some of the footage they took of you, man. I would not want to be standing in front of that. Definite power. Now, there are people saying in the chat, now they must have tuned in late, they still, does this bother you? They still make the comment like, this isn't scripted, bro. This isn't scripted. I guess they don't understand that you were a professional fighter first, then you went to that world. But when you hear stuff like that, is it just like, I can't wait to knock this guy out to show these people? You don't even care what they have to say. Your proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, I don't care what they have to say, man. Sign the contract and then get in the ring. I'll fucking kill you, It's that easy. They don't understand. I'm a different animal. But, no worries. I was in the WWE for 9 years. Put your TV on Saturday night and watch me fight and see what happens without a script, It right. Really, I really don't care. But poor Dan Curtin, man, it just gives me more fucking fire. And, I start shaking right away when I think of this guy, man, Saturday.
So you're one of those guys, are you one of those guys that signs a contract and immediately, no matter who it is, you don't care what they look like, you sign the contract and it's almost like you take offense to that. They think they could beat you. Like, where's your mindset when you sign that contract? What goes through your mind as you prepare for a bare knuckle fight?
Yes, obviously, man. They signed the contract, so they're fucked. They think they want to fight me. They think they can fight me. It's really different, man. Tune in Saturday. You're going to see what happens when you sign a contract against me.
That's right. We're looking forward to this Saturday. BKFC.com. You grab more info. Very excited that you're here. And, we're glad that you signed a multi-fight. I can't wait to see where your career goes from here in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. I can't wait for this Saturday. I know everyone else is excited too. So thank you for taking the time to come on. I know you're busy getting ready. I know you're ready to crush people's faces, knock out their teeth, and break their bones in their face. We're excited to watch you do that. We appreciate you coming on today, man.